Bueno, gente, ¿qué tal? Aquí estamos con otro capítulo más de Greedfall. Y bueno, vamos acercándonos poquito a poco al final, creo yo. Así que a darle caña. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? La voz del muerto. Entra en el santuario de Bimbar. Vale, esto era ya mismo. Teníamos que preguntarle a... Me encuentra interrogacera. Eso es lo que dejamos ayer por... Vale. A ver. La musiquita de pelea. Hemos limpiado en 0,2, ¿eh? Vale. Vale. Vamos para allá, venga.
And so you have left the cavern, Renaigse. And here you are again.
I have no idea why you suddenly decided to shut us in there, but it matters little. I must know what second seed is required to open the door to the sanctuary. Now, more than ever, we must find Vinbar. He slew Katasak and he holds my cousin captive.
Vinbar would not have killed Katasak. He respected him. And why would he bother with your cousin?
I have no idea why, but I know it to be true. The Tierna Hach Kadaktus revealed this to me. Would you accuse her of lying?
No. You are the one who lies like all the other Renaigse. And I thought that I could trust you.
¿Que quiere
I should
pelear o
never
qué?
have let you enter the cavern. And even less have allowed you to leave there alive. Eight more!
Hostia. ¿Qué hago si se ha peleado conmigo la tía? Sí. Yo me voy a quedar quieto, ¿no? Esta semilla debe ser... Venga, vale. Vamos para allá, chavales. No sé, pero me parece a mí que se va acercando al final, ¿eh? No... A ver, vamos a hacer una cosita. Es que no sé si ese... Ah, tengo 14. Vale.
Now that we have both seeds, the ritual should work.
Ya, pues ya se ha abierto. Bueno, vamos a guardar. será el boss final.
King Vinbar, why? Constantine didn't do anything. He has never sought to wrong your people in any way.
Like a worm he burrows. You are so naive. You cannot see with my eyes. Enol Milfrichtemin saw the wound. From atop the volcano, he warned me.
Te voy a hartar a balazo con la escopeta, cabrón.
Fed by bitterness, driven by desire, taking without giving. He will be the end of us all.
You have gone completely mad.
Take it. You are too blind, too Renaigse to understand.
Leave him!
Ya. Ya. Me ha faltado nada. Le hubiera metido otro escopetazo y me lo cargo. Pero estoy seguro de que no va... Que ahí va a haber un boss o algo. Se va a convertir en nota en algo.
That's enough! Free him!
I cannot. Oh, source of life.
Free him! Damn it!
Sabía, tío. Se va a convertir en un bicharraco, pero... Chungo, chungo. Hostia, me ha metido fuerte en nota. Va a caer ya, pero... Está a punto de caer, ¿eh? Tía. Ha costado, ¿eh? Bueno, no ha costado tanto. Si este chaval está muerto, tío.
Wake up, please, I beg you. Hang on. We're bringing you home to get you healed.
Bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa, ¿no? Porque esto pinta mal.
3 days have passed since we returned. I need to go to the palace to see if Constantine has finally awoken.
You should get some rest. You're not being reasonable.
To hell with reason. I've rested long, and I'm well enough.
You've just barely woken from a stupor that had you on death's doorstep. The affairs of state can certainly wait another day.
Thank you, my lady, but I am amazingly well. You can take leave of me with no fear, I assure you.
Tía, le está creciendo como raíces, tío.
He just escaped a deathly sleep, and here he is, ready to conquer the world. Your cousin is exasperating.
What now? Are you going to scold me as well?
No. I'm just relieved to see you're still alive.
I'm quite relieved myself, actually. Thank you, cousin. Without you, I would be dead thrice, wouldn't I? Or is it the 4th time? If we start counting the time you stopped me from climbing the ramparts of Serene, we'd be up to 5 times now.
It's unbelievable. You feel no pain whatsoever. And your complexion.
I haven't even taken a look at myself. Is the improvement visible?
I wouldn't go that far. How is it that... What happened?
Don't make that face. It's merely a major miracle. Come on now. I'm gonna tell you everything. We have been waiting for your return. I knew you would do everything in your power. I have always trusted you. But Katasak feared that I would not hold on long enough. He spoke to me about a ritual that would help me. I was excited about it, and in spite of all that has happened, I don't regret following him. We went to the ancient site, a place full of magic. I followed his instructions, and all of a sudden, what an incredible sensation. I felt better than I have ever felt, cousin. Alas, we had very little time to celebrate. Cries came to our ears, and beasts jumped all over us. We fled for a while, as other soldiers fought through, creating a path to join us. But I can see from your face that you know this already.
Indeed. Once on the ritual site, I followed your tracks and deduced what had happened.
Do you have any idea why he didn't kill you like the others?
No. No, not really. It seemed like he was trying to tell me something, though. He spoke about isolating me from the world, that I couldn't return to the Earth. It made absolutely no sense. But aren't you happy that he let me live?
Don't speak foolishly, of course. I just want to understand. It seems that Vinbar was targeting you specifically. Did he say anything to you?
I was still very weak, and most of the time he whispered in his own language. It seemed that he was speaking to someone and following his orders. But there was no one other than us, cousin. The crazy madman must have been hearing voices.
Tell me more about this ritual. What did it consist of?
It is, I think, a ritual that the Donegada practice to bind themselves to the island.
Donegada? Katasak taught you their language?
Just a few words. He wanted me to learn, to understand, but we had so little time. So we visited this infamous site, where he prepared for me a sort of potion. What ceremony! I had to cut my hand in front of an enormous stone, and there, a gigantic beast came and started circling around me. It was incredible. I truly felt a bond with that place. Like a wave came through me, as if the power of the island was running through my veins. It was marvelous. And now I am Onol Manawi, like you. Even if the Malachor left me a few of its marks. But you had to encounter the god of the island, didn't you? How was Enon Mil Flicterman?
Yes, I passed a trial for that. But the only one who could guide me to the sanctuary is dead.
Oh no. Do not tell me.
And yes, only the High King can open the sanctuary according to Glendan. I have no choice but to return to see him. I'm certain they are going to name a successor.
Un nuevo alto rey, seguida. Vale. Ya, pues vamos allá. Esto es lo que sale al principio del juego. No es una época que me guste mucho, la verdad. La que os voy a engañar. Sí.
Good day, Glendan.
Beort Tirtomat, Garants of Katasach. We learned of his death. And they washed Tire.
Alas, his was not the only tragic loss. Your High King, Vinbar, is also dead. He was taken by folly. He went away into his mountains after killing Katasach and capturing my cousin. Nothing I could say would allow him to see reason.
Are you telling me that you were the one who killed him? And you dare come here with his blood on your hands? I cannot understand how Katasach trusted you. He was one of the only ones amongst us to give you his friendship. And now he is dead.
I'm sorry, but your High King did not leave me any choice. He was at the point of killing my cousin, and then he attacked me. He was becoming a guardian, a Nardaig. Perhaps it was for that reason that he lost possession of his wits.
That you killed him, there is no doubt. But I do doubt he became the Muttman you describe.
You know that I wish to see Enon Mil Frichtemann, and he was the only one with the power to allow me to do so. I would not have caused his death voluntarily. Believe me, I'm just as sorry as you.
Undivorced, Tire. We will celebrate his memory as well as those of all the members of our council that have fallen. Bloodnit, Katasak, and now our High King. These are dark times, but in spite of our mourning, we must elect a new High King. The children of Tirfradi cannot remain without a guide. All the more so in these troubled times. I will notify the Mal of all the clans, so that they may know to travel here.
Who has a chance of being elected, in your opinion?
Deirdre is powerful, and many clans would follow her. The wisdom of Dunkas will also attract support from many, and there is also Ulan, a clever fox who is very capable of convincing the entire world with his honey-dripping words.
Deirdre, Dunkas, and Ulan. I must convince them to help me if they are elected.
I suppose. I must begin the preparations. You must leave now.
Who will win the vote in your opinion?
I don't know. Each of the three chiefs that I spoke of could win. It is possible that some amazing feat places one of the Mal above the others. If Blagnid had been victorious, she would certainly have won this time. But that was not to be.
Is there anyone else among those presenting themselves?
Do not take me for someone born last summer. You want to influence the vote for your own gain, but you shall fail this time. And you must go before the one we have chosen. Can I do anything else for you?
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tirfradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic, the spring.
Can you tell me anything more about the role of the council?
We gather here at every long night and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here, so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frichtemann. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
Vale, pues...
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelem seg.
Yo sé que aquí hay un resto de viaje. Vamos para allá. Tío, mira.
What do you seek?
I am the bearer of bad news. Your High King Vinbar is dead.
Dead. And the first Tire. He was a good king in times of peace, but he was plunged into doubt by your arrival. He was no longer at his people's side.
Glendan told me that you would be one of those keen to replace him.
That's true. If Bloodmead was still here, I would have given her my votes and followed her into battle. But since she's no longer with us, I must obtain the title and do what should have been done a long time ago. Drive away the Renaigse and take back our island they want to enslave.
Will you drive us away too?
We will drive away the Renaigse. You are Onol Minawi. You will have to pick a side.
I see. If you were to be elected, I would need your help to allow me to meet Enon Miel Frichteman. Only he can help us cure the Malachor.
Why should you be preoccupied with a disease striking those we want to drive away?
I have my own reasons. But you should know this is the best way for the Renaigse to leave the island of their own accord.
No. Didn't I give you a mission? Do this favor for me and we will speak again.
¿Qué misión me ha dado, carajo?
What do you seek?
Will you drive us away too?
We will drive away the Renaigse. You are Onol Minawi. You will have to pick a side.
I see. If you were to be elected, I would need your help to allow me to meet Enon Miel Frichteman. Only he can help us cure the Malachor.
Why should you be preoccupied with a disease striking those we want to drive away?
I have my own reasons. But you should know this is the best way for the Renaigse to leave the island of their own accord.
No. Didn't I give you a mission? Do this favor for me and we will speak again.
Una misión secundaria que me hayan mandado antes, pero ya no recuerdo cuál es, tío. Si te soy sincero. Voy a ir viéndolos todos a ver cómo lo puedo hacer. Vamos por aquí.
Bertir Tumad. I am Dunkas, the Mal and the Done god of the Yigido. You're very strange for Renaise. Who are you?
My name is Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
You are a Lugair Blau? Oh, I didn't know there were on Almanawi amongst them. They may not be so different from us after all. What brings you here on Almanawi?
What can you tell me about your clan?
We are the Beraig Nodas, the bearers of lifeblood. We earned this name by bringing the trees and the earth back to life, by restoring balance.
There are a lot of Onol Manawi here.
It is true. We were already healing the earth before the bond existed. The bond just made us better. Many of us have chosen to follow this path because we are proud of our role amongst our brothers. Our village is home to the largest amount of Donegada, along with maybe Vishkadir. The Lugair Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
Not long ago, we clashed with your clan. Your people said that the forest belonged to them and prevented us from entering. We spoke with your Lady Morange, and we almost came to an agreement. Then an elder from my village poisoned 3 woodcutters. That stopped the discussions. The old man responsible for the deaths must be punished, I agree. But not by your people. Not until we are sure we can trust you. There is a mine in the forest that the congregation has long operated with help from my people. But digging into the mountain has risked it collapsing. We reinforced the earth with wood. We worked with the Lugaid Blau to save the mountain and the men. We agreed to stop digging and sealed the entrance with a boulder. But some Renaigse came back, and I think they started digging again. And some of my people started going missing. Perhaps because they had seen them break their promise. If the mountain collapses and it is your clan's fault, thousands of lives will be lost.
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. Remind them of their promise. This is the price of my trust. If you do, we punish the person responsible for the death of the woodcutters, and all our quarrels will be gone.
I'll go to this mine and see what's going on.
Is there anything else?
Vale, no vamos a
I'm
enredar más.
asleep. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum seg.
Venga, ya que tenemos hecho esto, vamos a... Vamos para la mina tiene que estar cerca, tío. Bueno, vamos a mirar la mina. Es que no me acuerdo de la misión de la otra, tío. Así que vamos a hacerlo bien para ganarnos la confianza de este... Vamos por este claro.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
If this mine is as dangerous as Dunkas said it was, those who are exploiting it are do these people not have any regard for the lives of their miners?
These Renaigse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from...
Those crazy fools have reopened this mine.
Monisinaga. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sieur de Courcillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business.
Hay que viajar a Nueva Serén. Vale. Pues vamos para allá, ¿no? Cruzar aserradero, vale. Vale. Vamos para allá de un lado a otro. A ver si intentamos solucionar esto.
We just have to go see the Pretenders, and hope that they will accept us.
They will most likely ask for services in exchange, but I'm convinced that you will know what to do. The prince was clever. You have the words of a diplomat and the face of a native.
If only there was a way to be certain of the results of this vote. We would only need to convince one.
There is way more at stake in this election than your encounter with Enolmir Frichtemen. It will decide the fate of my people. And it may even decide the fate of yours. Because every king and every queen has their own opinion when it comes to Dir Enagse and what should be done. Once elected, they will decide and we will follow. If there is a way to influence this vote, take your time to think about the consequences.
Bueno, vamos para allá, chaval.
My dearest cousin, I'm so glad to see you. You are right on time. We have visitors, and your advice would be most welcome. Let me introduce you to the emissaries of Tleme and the Coin Guard. Quite brazen, isn't it? That they would send us an emissary after having tried to assassinate me.
The commander must have a solid reason.
That's what I hope. Your Excellencies, we're listening.
San Mateus has been sustaining attacks of unprecedented violence. They can only be the works of the demons worshipped by the islanders.
Really? Demons? How interesting.
The Mother Cardinal is begging you to send her some troops, as well as your cousin.
We have the same problem. Our men are becoming exhausted, fighting off endless attacks. We were hoping that, despite our past differences, you would agree to help us.
How neatly summarized. Our past differences. My dear allies and neighbors, we are deeply saddened by your misfortune. However, the size of our troops has greatly reduced after the horrific attempt at a coup. Regarding sending my cousin, he's already very busy undertaking a mission of the utmost importance, without even mentioning the fact that what you described fills me with fear for his life, which is most precious to me. No. I really don't see how I could be of assistance to you.
Constantine, we cannot remain deaf to the call of our allies. I'm sure I can find time to go and evaluate the situation.
I would love to accompany you, but my people are being wrongfully accused. I am certain of it, and I want to prove it.
Very well, my dear. You know I cannot refuse you anything. But remember how urgent it is for this antidote to be found. We are so close to it now.
Don't worry about it. You know how important this mission is to me.
Well, this audience is coming to an end. Your Excellencies, inform your governors of my cousin's arrival. I hope that you realize how grateful you should be to him.
Absolutely, sire. Thank you for receiving and hearing us.
Esto no es, tío.
Sir de Corsilion,
De Sade, my young student, what can I do for you?
I've come to ask you about a mine near Vigyigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a Master Maillard. However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods, but we must determine the best way to attack him. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry. We'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsilio.
Vale. Vamos a buscarlo. Bueno. Vamos a dejarlo aquí. Y ya en el próximo seguimos.